So with what happened in both those games, I'm still pissed at the Texans, but there's now only one lost team left in each conference, and we're in week 7. No, week 8 now. Crap. Same thing. Monday Night Football doubleheader, last one of the year. Let's get this thing going.
Monday night, Detroit, Michigan all lit up, happy that their Lions are back home and ready to roar here tonight. Jared Goff leads.
Time to throw it.
Here is Gibbs out of the backfield. Good throw, good stop, good move. Gibbs out of bounds near the 40. Goff over the middle. He's got St. Brown, and he's got a touchdown.
It's awfully tough.
That was Laporta in motion. Goff, the ball's out. And Tampa Bay has
not a DB.
Touchdown Lions. First half, 3 timeouts. Pressure. Shepard has it knocked out. That ball is free. And that's pulled. Mayfield comes underneath, and it's Otten in a fight with Mollett.
That might be Mollett's ball.
Tez Johnson, he's got plenty of speed, gets the block, hops toward the end zone, spinning touchdown. Shepard in motion, Baker looking left, over the middle, broken up. First and goal from the 5. Why not? Gibbs again, spinning touchdown. Mayfield in trouble, throws, completes, and reaching for the first down. And Bates banks it in. Here's 4th down and 8. End zone incomplete. And what a job by this Lions defense.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the Week 7 Monday Night Football takeaways. As again, you just saw the highlights from this Bucs and Lions game. First game of this doubleheader. It was a massive match between two heavyweights in the NFC of sorts early in the season, obviously. Sorry about that, obviously. But this game was not that, as the Lions really dominated the first half. I was a little bit concerned it was only 14-3. Similar to the other game, they're very, very similar in that sense. But the Lions, they dominated most of this game. Their defense was absolutely fantastic. Their offense didn't really finish off a lot of drives, though. They needed like a couple long plays from Jahmyr Gibbs to really get things going. But still, Lions offense put up a boatload of yards, 300, not really a boatload, but a lot of yards, 379. But again, they really weren't able to finish off drives. They moved to 5-2, though, going into their bye week. They are looking very, very solid. Bucs lose their first road game of the year. They came in at 3-0. Their offense really all day didn't really get much going, and Mika Buka didn't look like himself whatsoever. Unfortunately for all you Mike Evans fans, it sucks, but he is going to probably be out for the rest of the season as again his injury-riddled season continues. He broke his collarbone, and especially with the way he plays in the position he's at, again, being a receiver, he's probably not going to be back again until, I don't even know if they make the Super Bowl or something like that. Probably not until then, and that does effectively end his streak of 11 straight seasons. Not only to start a career, but overall consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons, which absolutely sucks because I wanted to see him break it. But hey, again, the fact he did it this many years in a row, again, even to start his career in the first place, is just absolutely amazing, just as it is. So again, I just want to say that. But anyway, for Baker, he really wasn't good at this game at all. He could not navigate the pocket to save his life. He did buy time, which I want to give him credit for, but really that doesn't matter when you're missing reads and you're simply just not playing in the flow of the offense. I really don't like to critical Baker because of how much he's done for this team, really transformed this offense over the past couple of years. But this is definitely one of those games he would have liked to have back and would have liked to prepare better for as well. Because just this game overall, a lot of things were just not really be able to figure it out. So that was what I saw from him. Running game was completely non-existent. Again, their offensive line doesn't block well anyway for this. And again, it wasn't going to be a part of the game plan. Cade Otton was very good in this game. I think he was the one guy making a lot of plays. Again, like I said, Mika Muka was not his normal self. Tez Johnson had a good game. I think he fumbled, though. So, I mean, that wasn't good. Sterling Shepard couldn't get open. Ryan Miller, again, he's not really a guy you want to see out there. And Cameron Johnston, like, no blown coverage really helped them. And also Mike Evans broke his collarbone on that downfield target there from Baker. But overall, for this offense, schematically, there were a lot of plays where they just really didn't have much going for him to start out with. The offensive line was really kind of like out of rhythm. I don't want to say out of scheme, but they were a little bit of both. Because just the strategy of this offense right now, it just really doesn't have this offensive line being put into too many stressful situations. But since they got into 3rd and long consistently, that was definitely an issue. For this defense, Servosia Dennis was very good. He did get a couple not really so good plays in terms of the accuracy he gave him coverage, but other than that, he was very good. Tyke Smith was very good as a box safety. Need him to be a little bit more of a downfield guy because Antoine Winfield Jr. should not be in the open field against Jahmyr Gibbs really ever. So I don't really know what that was about. Anthony Nelson and Yaya Diaby were both explosive off the edge, but neither one of them were very consistent. Other than that, though, their defensive line completely sucked. I mean, Vita Vea wasn't too bad, but other than that, again, they were not good. I really hated the way that Levante David was really approaching a lot of plays because he just didn't really seem like he was trying to kind of like take advantage. And again, it was more of him being reactionary and trying to be cautious, like fading the run and trying to and control some gaps rather than really attacking downhill where, again, he can really put this defense in a better spot. Chase McLaughlin barely made his 53-yarder. For the Lions, Jared Goff wasn't anything crazy in this game. A couple nice throws underneath, but other than that, really didn't have to do too much in this game. The interception, I think he would have wanted to have back as well. Again, most quarterbacks, but again, definitely on that one. Jahmyr Gibbs went absolutely crazy. I mean, again, whenever you're involved with Calvin Johnson, you're probably you're probably had a good game. As he had over 200 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, a 78-yard touchdown where he hit 22 miles an hour. Again, he only NFL player to have 22 mile per hour hit multiple times since 2023. So again, good for him there. Amon-Ra had a touchdown. Other than that, didn't really look too much at him, but he did make a couple of nice catches. Brock Wright was kind of out there. David Montgomery only got, what was it? He still got 13 carries, but he definitely didn't have his best game. But I don't think Jahmyr would have had 136 rushing yards if he didn't get if he got like 25 carries. But anyway, that's just my opinion on that. But still, that's what you got from those guys in this game. Offensive line was absolutely fantastic. They completely dominated this game outside of a few plays where the tackles weren't exactly awesome. Again, I'm looking at you, Panay Sewell. You definitely didn't have the greatest game. I'm joking though. Jack Campbell was great. Arthur Mutt was awesome in coverage. He was a huge guy as their slot. Again, I was really expecting a guy like Rocky Yassin to be put in a lot of boundary situations. He obviously was, but it wasn't like they were asking him to consistently be man-on-man on an island, which, again, is a good thing. But still, again, I was very interested to see how they, moved around that. And Mika Robertson did not get burned in this game, which was good as well. Again, all is well and good right now for the Lions as Jake Bates missed his field goal attempt. But you see, the Lions control possession. Both teams had 2 turnovers, which kind of kept this game closer. But again, an abysmal third-down offense for the Bucs. The Lions really didn't get into too many third-down situations. Put them in a tough spot. 380 yards for the Lions, again, led the way as well. Again, the Bucs only averaged 3.8 yards per play. The explosiveness was not there in this game. That is all I got from you guys in this one. Now let's get to the second game of the Monday Night Football doubleheader that also wrapped up these doubleheaders on Monday night as well as Week 7.
All these bodies up in the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 13 could be a nightmare against this crew. Stroud is backpedaling. He'll be dropped. They're going to spot it outside the end zone. This 1st and goal. Charbonnet's the back. The middle was clawed. And now he tries to drive his way into the end zone with some help. He scores. The way the offense is playing in this environment could be trouble. And right for the end zone. And scoring and dunking is Jackson Smith. Corner and running back as Kupp takes a handoff. Looks to throw. And it's intercepted. He overshot Jackson Smith and Jigga. And Kalen Bullock makes the pick. Fairbairn does get to 3 times, and it's blocked. You called it, Lewis. A low kick, and the Texans just kind of trying to hang around here. Seattle from 46 to make this an 8-point Seattle lead in a half that has been completely dominated by the Seahawks. Stroud has to avoid pressure, steps up, delivers, inaccurate, intercepted. 56-yarder from Myers. This time gets it up and over the last one blocked after making a 26-yarder earlier. This one is up rush to get at Darnold. This time he's got plenty of time. Runs out of it. Loses the ball. It's a scramble. And it's recovered in the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. Marks again off the left side. And goes backwards again. Running behind a heavy formation and just walking into the end zone. Darnold again across the middle. And the catch is made. They're getting on the ball ripped loose now. And fallen on by Houston. As protection, zips it down the middle and intercepted. Derek Stingley Jr. Stroud running out of time, launches end zone incomplete. Has plenty of time, hesitates. Still trying to find somebody, backpedals, delivers a low throw, and it's caught. Touchdown.
All right, guys, and as you saw, this game was very, again, pretty frustrating to watch overall. Again, I am not a Texans fan, but I do enjoy watching this team play, to be honest with you guys. Again, if I wasn't a Rams fan, I'd probably be a Texans fan, to be honest with you guys. But realistically, this Texans team is just, they're not really there right now, especially on offense. But again, I just wanted to point this out before we actually get into things here. Cooper Kupp this is not right. It says he's 0 for 6. Again, I don't even know. This AI is geeked. Do we have passing on Cooper Kupp? Passing, yes. 0 for 5. He's 0 for 5 with an interception in his career. That's Cooper Kupp's stat line as a passer. So, yeah, he's not the greatest at it. But anyway, back to this. Seahawks, solid performance on defense. Offensively, I didn't really love their game plan, but again, they were still able to run the ball decently. Again, their offensive line established the line of scrimmage as well. They moved to 5-2. They're tied with the Rams and the Niners atop the NFC West. They will be going their bye week, looking to change some things as they go after things. But again, they're looking really nice right now. Probably their best start to a season in a minute. Texans fell to 2-4 though. They were failed despite having an extra day in their bye week to offensively plan for this game and have a consistent effort. I'm going to say by no means was this Texans offense completely abysmal in this game, but C.J. Stroud just missed so many open receivers in this game. It was bad. Also, I hated the way they ran the ball. I did not know what they were trying to do there. Woody Marks just isn't a guy you're going to really see consistent production out of when you're giving him just outside zone after outside zone. Nick Chubb, I think, was a little bit better, but still really didn't get out of the backfield too consistently. Again, they could not run the ball to save their lives. Again, at least they went with it, which is what I'll say there. But C.J. Stroud, when he's missing, you can't, again, when you're running games like this and your offensive line is not holding up for you, you can ill afford to miss these open receivers, which he had many times in this game because it's a Seahawks secondary that really failed to track their men and consistently, again, play disciplined in coverage. But still, C.J. Stroud, I still don't think had his worst game this year, but it still was very frustrating to watch him play, especially on tape. This was a very disappointing overall performance from him. Dalton Schultz, I mean, he was actually really good in this game, to be honest with you guys. He got open every single time against man coverage, but against zone, he was a little bit off, so I just want to see him again be a little bit better next week there. Jalen Noel, again, being their leading receiver is never a good thing. Again, I liked him as a prospect, but I was never this is a guy who should be featured as a rookie. Nico Collins got absolutely locked up. I mean, there's no way around that. He was going against, who was it? I forgot what number was he? It was Reek Wallen. Reek Wallen was on in the whole game. Reek Wallen, hats off to him. I mean, I don't love you, bro, because you're actually infuriating to watch on film, but he was actually gross in this one because again, he's a very talented player. Woody Marks had a touchdown receiving as well. Again, that's where he's gonna be utilized a lot better. Other than that, though, this whole entire receiving core kind of stunk it up. So I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Defensively, Kamari Lassiter was very physical in this game. Didn't love the fact that he got targeted a couple times and really didn't make any plays on the ball. EJ Speed was pretty good. Jalen Petrie was very, very good as well. Kalen Bullock had the interception, but overall was a little bit off. Again, from what you're usually seeing from him. Will Anderson had, I think, 4 or 5 pressures. He was pretty consistent. Danico Autry off the injured list had a sack. Derek Stingley had another interception. That one actually being off Sam Darnold. This defense forced 4 turnovers and got a defensive touchdown. You really can't expect too much more from them outside of maybe a couple plays. And I think Seattle, just kind of overtook them a little bit against the run. But other than that, they were about as advertised in this game. Kevin Fairbairn also did miss a couple field goals in Seattle. For Seattle, though, specifically, Sam Darnold was definitely didn't bring his A game, but he was still good enough over the middle of the field and again in terms of ball placement as well, and getting through his progressions consistently. Again, to still be able to be again have a decent game in this one. I'd really like to see him consistently maybe not throw his turn over the ball as much, but other than that, he really wasn't too bad in this one. Obviously, Cooper Kupp the other interception. Kenneth Walker ran the ball somewhat well. Zach Charbonnet actually ran the ball really well in my opinion with those 2 touchdowns. Very good burst for him in this game. JSN continues to do his thing with 8 catches, 123 yards and a touchdown, despite really not having any crazy game plays. Cooper Kupp had 1 big play. Other than that, really didn't do much. Elijah Royal 442 as well, getting most of the catches on the first couple of drives. For this defense, I honestly can't tell you guys one guy who didn't step up in this game. Kobe Bryant being the biggest one because of how much he had to do for that secondary. Josh Jobe wasn't awful. Ernest Jones had actually a good game in coverage for once, and then the D-line consistently got pressure as well. Very impressive performance there. Jason Myers did miss a field goal, though, so again, that was probably the one downside for this team. But again, Seattle outgained them. They controlled possession very well, but again, they did turn over the ball 4 times, which kept this game way too close. Texans offense had a kind of a stinker of a game. If they continue to play like this, they will lose. So for that, again, I'm a little bit disappointed from this performance. Next week, they will be hosting the Niners, which should be a pretty interesting game. But that is all I got for you guys here in Week 7 in Monday Night Football. I'll see you guys for the Power Rankings tomorrow. Might be I think it's going to be out definitely later than usual. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys here. Hope you guys enjoyed those Monday Night games. And yeah, see you for Power Rankings tomorrow.
The 1-0 pitch. High fly ball. Left field. Arozarena watches it go.